we understand that you have had some pretty wild experiences with Birdman and things like that. So tell us about Birdman because, we've had some sightings of what we would call a Birdman right here in Minnesota too. So tell us what you've seen.
The one I was talking to Jason, and it was back. It would have been May in 2022, and this is kind of a rough drawing I did sitting along the road. But this bird was big. I mean, it was easily 3 times the size of what a turkey buzzard was. And when I seen it, I looked and I could tell that it wasn't a normal bird of prey because, for one, its feathers were very ruffled. The Even the pointing feathers, tail feathers, nothing was smooth about it. It wasn't like it would look like to see some of the ones that they make out of artificial materials. And I was driving. I got to slow down. There was vehicles behind me, but I got to see it easily for a good 10, 15 seconds, and to be able to see see good detail and stuff of it. I talked to a couple other people that had kind of seen something about the same, and about a year or so after that, I seen pretty much about the same thing flying. And where it was flying, and when it's going down the creek, I could tell it was easily 12 foot wide, and
Oh,
just
wow. Yeah.
watching it fly down the creek and being able to look at the creek bed and water and watching it go through. Um, but it didn't fly like a condor, but it didn't fly like an eagle or any birds of prey. It was more,
Mm.
um, I guess, its motions were more like an albatross, the way it rolled itself instead of
Oh.
tipping its wings now. But one of the things I noticed, that his eyes were so big, almost like an owl, but they were like a cat's eye,
Oh.
and that's it. I mean, and I could see that, and I was probably less than 40 yards from him, and so I went down, and when I let traffic pass, and I turned around and came back. When I found a turnaround spot, and I found where the tree was, and walked around there and stuff, and then but I didn't see him back, and it was probably, I would say, probably 10 or 15 minutes before I could get back to turn around in there, and but it was pretty unique.